Hangout is on. It's on the air. Woo! We did it, guys.
Okay. Well, that about sums up our hour.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
seriously.
It's true, but we
think,
figured it out.
Do you think our professor, sister, I forget her name, Sister Blake?
Like,
Lake?
Yeah,
Sister
I think
Lake?
so.
Thanks, Sister Lake, for your patience with all of our technical difficulties.
But we figured it out. We finally figured it out.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, finally. I figured it out.
Okay,
Good.
Mariah, you know how to do that, so you're nominated to do it every time.
I got you guys. I just need to add all you guys as my friends, and then it'll be a lot easier next time. I had to add each. Anyways, that was fun. But
Okay,
yeah,
and then,
I'd love to do that.
So, and then is it Adam that's transcribing, or is it one of us that's transcribing?
Good question. I have no
I
idea.
am not transcribing. I am here for myself.
yeah, me either.
I transcribe. Just give me 1 second. I just got to open up a new Google tab. Not Google. What's it called again? Word. The one thing I do know how to work.
That's a one-up on me.
Okay, so I have the questions in there. So we're just answering the questions, correct?
I think so.
Okay.
At least that's what I got out of it.
And I
That's
think
what
as a group we have to come up with our own definition of family.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is that right?
I think so.
1 second.
Out of the ones she listed, at least, right?
I think
Yeah.
so. 1 second. I posted. Weird. All right. So how would we define family? Yes. Okay. All right.
So Hannah, you're going to be the scribe?
So, yep, I'll be the scribe.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah.
You're welcome.
You're the scribe. Mariah's being the camera lady.
Okay, I'll take it.
Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. You're welcome. Okay. So how would we define the family?
Okay, I'll take it.
Mom, dad, and kids.
I think for some people, a family is more than just that. It could be
But
like,
we had to
that's
start
defi-
somewhere.
well, that's perfect. I totally agree. I think it's a unit of people that come together that love each other or something like that. I don't know. Well, that's perfect. I totally agree. I think it's a unit of people that come together that love each other or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see here.
What do you guys think?
I think
My
I've lost
sound
my
is
notes
really
now.
wacky right now. I keep hearing people's like echoes and stuff, and
Yeah.
I
You're
can't
hearing
even
the
tell who's talking.
recording. That's the recording, I bet you.
Yeah.
Right now,
I think
hearing people's like echoes and stuff, and I can't even tell who's talking.
I can hear on somebody else's
I
computer.
can too. I can too.
Yeah.
I had a session last semester that did the same thing, and it's just the recording. It like plays back for you.
Hmm.
I
Kinda
can't even
weird.
tell who's talking anymore.
Oh, okay. Hey, so we're supposed to read the little definitions.
I can't even tell who's talking anymore.
Of the family?
What's it called? So I'm just going to in order form the definition you should most agree with to the one you least agree with.
Okay.
So the ones are a fundamental social group in society typically consisting of one or two parents and their children. Next one is two or more people who share goals and values, have long-term commitments to another, and usually reside in the same dwelling place. All members of a household under one roof, a group of persons sharing common ancestry, lineage, especially distinguished by lineage, a group of things like a class, and a group of individuals derived from a common stock human beings.
So are those
the
our
definitions.
options?
Yeah.
I really like the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
How come?
I really liked
the
it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go. It's okay.
I think the long-term commitments to one another or each other, that's what like sells it for me. I think families can have different values, so that's tricky, but I think to be a family, it's not like, okay, let's be friends today and we'll see what happens tomorrow when you're mean to me. You know, it's more like it's consistent. I think anyways.
I agree with you, Nicole.
Okay, thanks.
You definitely have to have some history
Yeah.
Mhm.
and some future.
Yep.
I think it's definitely a group of people that you care for deeply that have been in your life for a long time, or even just people that have influenced you in a way that you'll never forget.
Yep.
I think the word influence is a great word to use. I think at some point in time we have to create or write down a statement that summarizes all of our thoughts, and I vote influence is in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. Thanks,
Like
Rich.
it. Okay, can we put like members of a household under one roof, like 5 or 6? Because personally, I lived with roommates and served a mission, and some of them I would not
Consider family.
So,
Well, and like,
Oh.
what about apartments? Like a whole apartment complexes live under the same roof, technically.
That's true.
They're not family. You don't even know them.
I agree.
They could be murderers. You don't.
I would doubt it if they're at BYUI, but
Right.
Okay, so let me throw a devil's advocate question in there.
Ooh, do it.
Culturally, my wife served a mission in Tempe, Arizona. She was speaking Spanish, and culturally, you have literally 10, 15, 20 members of a family within the same household, under the same roof. Where culturally, that would be, I mean, we have like generations in the same household. And so I agree that the apartment may not all be family, but there are those roofs that house a family and generations of one.
yeah. And that makes sense, but I think the definition is more geared towards people living in a household, not like a family. There's like no connections other than living in a household, it seems like, with the definition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I kept wanting to add something to each one of the definitions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I like this one, but I don't like it for this reason. I'd take that out or I'd add this in there.
Yeah. I don't feel like any of them are like the perfect definition for what I would define as family, at least.
It's almost like you could take a little bit from each definition and put it together and make a new definition, and it would be more accurate than, one specific one. But
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just do that right now. So, using all these definitions we have, how would we change what we defined as family in the beginning?
Ooh.
wait, I don't think I understood that. What was the question?
So, we all liked aspects of the definitions we were given.
Right.
So our definition for family, let's re-edit it, because right now we have a unit of people who come together and love each other.
Okay.
What do we want to add?
Who interact and influence each other. I don't know. What do you guys feel? How do you guys feel?
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Is it our place right now that we need to interject some of the
Other.
Sister Beck's teachings of the doctrine of the family to come up with our own definition?
I like it.
Because personally, I don't, according to the doctrines of the church and according to the doctrines that Sister Beck was teaching us, the same gender relationships, the same-sex marriages, all of that do not constitute a family. And so, and yet they're the same individuals under the same roof, they're the same household, they're two or more people who share goals and values. Their goals and values may be different than mainstream doctrinal sound principles, but according to that definition, that's a family. And so do we need to, I'm at this toss-up, I respect them, I want to respect their values, their beliefs, what they believe in or whatever, but at the same time, the doctrine says man, woman, children, husband, wife, family. There's influence, there's interaction, there's everything else we've been talking about, but do we need to get that specific right now?
Yeah, I wonder that. I think that's a very good point. I just remember, like, in one of my classes, this kind of came up, and the teacher said that if we were to be put in, like, a real-life situation with someone that wasn't from the gospel, how would we be able to answer to them, or how would we be able to, like, react? And so, I don't know, I think there's definitely, like, aspects of the gospel that you can put in there that will be able to pertain to more than just LDS people, but I'm wondering if this is something that's, like, more broad than just, I don't know. Did you understand what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, because we have to respect everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, doctrines don't change.
I completely agree.
Doctrines are not respecters of persons.
I agree.
And so if this is hey, we need to define family according to the doctrine, or are we defining our definition of family according to what we believe the doctrine says compared to what the world is saying?
That's
I guess
true.
I'm
It's
a
two
little
different
confused.
things. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, guys.
You're not a stenographer?
It just says how would you define what a family is. So how would you, as in, like, how would we define a family?
So how would we as a group define a family?
Yeah.
If that's our goal tonight, then I think we have to bring doctrine into it.
I like it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And so I think similar to the proclamation, we have to use those words of, husband, wife.
Okay. Also, I found some more questions we do have to answer. So it talks about challenge you about this activity, and we have to respect everybody, but the doctrines stay the same.
Technology. Oh, sorry, that's probably not what she's talking about. Yeah, that definitely is a challenge, because, if this activity is, I want to make the world happy and like me, then it's not going to happen, because I have my views, I have my opinions. The doctrine says one thing, I want to be in line with the doctrine, and I don't care what the world thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more inclined to think what God thinks.
I agree. I like it, Rich. Are the other people hearing us talk?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've
Because
checked
all their microphones are off, and so are their videos.
I think they can still hear.
Yeah, they should be able to hear still.
But if they want to say something, they have to. Oh, they're typing. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you guys. I'm just a really quiet person. So
Okay.
No, I
We're
don't
just
know.
making sure.
Yeah, we're just
So
making sure.
who just said that?
That was Mandy.
Yeah.
Mandy.
That was Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy, anything you would like to add, even though you're a quiet person?
I really like what you guys are saying. I don't know, I agree with all of it, and I think
Because I'm still here, but like your voices are all kind of like melted together in a really creepy way. So I'm just kind of trying to make sense of what you're saying in the background. So
Oh, sorry about that.
I feel like we should do an evil laugh then, like, "Mwah!"
yeah, it's gonna echo like 5 times through my house right now.
Okay,
Aw.
everybody go to the control room.
Sorry about that.
I feel like we should do an evil laugh then, like,
Do you hear the background?
yeah.
And Mariah, can you go to the control room and maybe tweak everybody's volume so it's down a little bit? Maybe it won't be so
Loud?
alien-ish.
Is this control room? Let me see. Dial guess up, down, or off. Eject any. Okay. Okay, so who am I doing this for? Mandy? Is that who it? Or no?
Okay, yeah, for Mandy.
For Mandy?
Or no, for Savannah.
Savannah.
And I just read, did everybody read that note from Adam? Adam
No.
and Stephanie are just transcribers, and so they don't really participate. So my question is, if they're transcribing for somebody, how does that person participate?
Huh?
Mandy, is it any
No.
better? Mandy, can you hear?
yeah, I can hear you. I'm not really sure what you guys are trying to fix though.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't you. Who was the one that? Who said that they were having a hard time? That it was like
I
Anna.
think it was Savannah.
Oh, Savannah. Dang it! It's like not letting me see. Oh, whoa! I was playing with Angelina's. Oh,
yeah,
Savannah.
it was me who was having problems, and I still can't really hear you guys well.
Okay, now is it better? I turned it down. Did that help at all or no?
Oh, Savannah. It was me who was having problems, and I still can't really hear you guys well.
Okay, now is it better? I turned it down. Did that help at all or no?
A tiny bit, but it's still really echoey. Like I hear everything people say 5 times in a row, and it overlaps.
Are
Do you
you?
have headphones?
I had them in a moment ago, but it was doing
It was
the
the
same
same.
thing. So
Okay.
Wait, I know the solution. I tried this. If you go to the Google page where it shows the recording, like of what we're doing right now, mute the video. Does that make sense? I don't know what page it's on. But just like go to Google Plus, where it shows the recording, like of I don't know. I don't know what I'm explaining, but
It's okay.
Yeah, so the control room doesn't really do much from what I see right now.
Okay.
It looks like if I wanted to, I could like unmute certain people's and like use
Yeah,
their.
you could turn us all off.
Literally, I could.
I better click when I say
That's a lot of power. She's gonna be it's gonna now be the Mariah show, y'all.
Oh, that'll be funny. Nah, I won't do that, guys.
Okay. Can we move on to the second question now?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
go.
Okay. How well do you think the average young adult understands the doctrine of the family? I really don't think they understand the doctrine of the family because the world's view is so skewed. They really don't know what the doctrine of the family is because there's not a clear definition anymore.
Amen.
The advocate has really taken his course. I'm sure he's a happy man right now, but he's not gonna win.
I think that Sister Beck says it this way in paragraph 16 of her article. I don't think very many of the rising generation understand that the main pillars of our theology are centered in the family.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
The family is what?
It's the main pillars of our theology, meaning the fall, the atonement, and the creation. All of those are centered in the family. And too many of the rising generation do not understand that. In fact, I think it was Elder Christofferson that gave a conference talk within this past year. I don't think it was this last one. It might have been the one before that. But he actually brought in a fourth pillar of the whole plan of salvation, and that pillar was the family.
Yeah.
That's why I just love the proclamation of the world so much, because it's not just for LDS people, but it's for everybody. And it says, you know, this is what the family is, and that's God's law, and period. You know, there's nothing else to it. So I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think that statement, was it, Hannah, did you say it the first where we were answering that question? You said that there's so much confusion out there in the world that they don't know what to think. It's just so unclear. I think that plays a big part in why they don't understand the importance of family and why it's important for them to be pursuing a family.
I agree. I just feel like nowadays it's more about money. Like, it's too expensive to have kids. It's too expensive to get married, and so why do it? It's just not worth it. So honestly, it's just become pride.
And that kind of relates back to the importance. They don't understand the importance of it. I mean, like, I have an uncle. He grew up in the church, but he, like, fell away. And the whole reason him and his his girlfriend didn't get married is because it would screw up their taxes so much, and they would end up owing more to the government.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And and he has never really understood why what a family means.
I think that's the reason. I think people like wait too, and it talks about that in her talk. But people wait like to get educated so that they can make more money too. You know, it just goes right along with that. That like people are so money driven that they put it off or decide not to do it.
So it becomes a mixed up priority.
Yeah.
Because they put an education or they put a career in front of family.
It's lack of faith.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is, a lack of faith. I think Sister Beck talks about when they got married, her and her husband or whatever, they had like $3 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
It was a faith thing for them. It wasn't about anything else other than we were moving forward in faith together as husband and wife.
I love that.
I'm trying to find where I read that from her.
I feel like that's where the blessings come from, though. You know, that little act of faith. You may not know, but if you know the marriage is right, you just go for it. God will provide.
That's
it's true. And okay, are we good on this second question? Can we move on to the third?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay. Why do you think it is about the family at the beginning of the semester as opposed to the end? And that, for me, it just goes back to Elder Packer's quote, "True doctrines understood changes behavior, study of behavior." Does that make sense? I can find the actual quote because I'm really great at quoting things.
No, that makes perfect sense. I mean, why study something when you, in my mind, I'd rather spend my time studying the correct information longer than spending a lot of time trying to figure it all out. Like the last 10 minutes of our time here together tonight has been so much more productive than the first 45.
I agree. But you know, the first 45, we had to go through that in order to figure it out. So it was necessary.
And not that 45 was bad.
Right.
Or anything like that, but it's now we're getting to the real purpose of what we're trying to accomplish.
I agree.
Yep.
Next question.
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh yeah. Take your time.
I'm typing. I'm sorry. I'm typing as fast as I can.
It'd be another 12 hours if I was typing, just for the information.
Luckily, I've tried my mom's early sister for her stuff. You have to go fast.
Hey Hannah, thank you for doing this for us. That was very nice.
Oh,
of you.
anytime.
Yeah, it is.
Anytime. Okay, next question, or last question. What doctrine or what principle, if understood, would motivate Latter-day Saints to advocate for the family? I think, honestly, it would have to do with marriage. I don't think people understand marriage.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like, when my husband and I got married, we kind of knew what we were getting into. I mean, we both knew that we wanted an eternal family, but we've learned so much now being married and how important it is to have that eternal family.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are scared too because divorce has become so like normal when I don't know, 20 years ago it wasn't as normal, and so nowadays it's just like, well, why get married if we're going to get a divorce, and you know that's worse for the kids, and you know it's just people live in like fear of what could happen when instead they just I don't know, I guess like get those thoughts out of their mind, because as soon as you have those thoughts, like it's going to happen because you're not very positive about it. So
I think people forget too that like marriage was always a religious thing. It was not legal, from the beginning. It was a covenant between you, your spouse, and God, not just in the LDS faith, but in other faiths that performed marriages. That's how it was. And that's still the basis for it now, and I think people forget that. People forget like the origin of it and the reason people did it. It wasn't for money or tax benefits or anything legal at all. It was for something totally different.
So a better understanding of a basic doctrine of covenants and ordinances. Yeah. I would have to agree. If people understood the doctrine of covenants and what covenants were, and they had a better understanding of that, they would step up for the family in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what I also think too is that people also know marriage isn't easy. And people don't like doing hard things anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's almost, why put yourself through that heartbreak? Why date? Why do this when you could be happy not getting married? Does that make sense?
Right.
Well, maybe we need to have a better understanding of the doctrine of happiness, because truthfully, I don't know everybody on here if they're married or not or whatever, but I don't want to revisit the single life. Those were not happy times compared to what I am doing right now.
No. No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this all looks to me, what we're saying is the plan of salvation.
Yeah.
Too.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
It's because the gospel makes it so clear.
Gospel makes everything easier.
Yeah.
It's just as easy as that.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything else to add? No?
I think I'm good.
Me too. Okay. I think that was productive. We figured it out, guys. High fives all around.
And it only took 45 minutes.
I finally fixed my problem at the very end of the meeting, so next week I'll have it fixed.
Perfect.
Yay!
We're so excited.
It was a good meeting, though.
Good. Thanks, Savannah.
Savannah, anything else you'd like to add? We didn't get to hear from you
No,
very
actually, I
much.
was listening, and you guys covered everything. Like, I couldn't really pipe in time to catch up with you guys because of the lag, but you guys covered everything I was thinking. So.
Oh,
Well,
thanks,
also,
Savannah.
if anyone is in Rexburg and they're having trouble with the lag, you guys can come over to my apartment. Just throwing that
might
out there.
actually work. I'll email you about that later.
Okay.
Thanks, Hannah.
No problem.
Yeah.
So are we good to go,
All right,
guys?
Wait, what time next week?
I'm good with the same time, if that's what works best.
I say we just stick with the same time unless something comes up for someone and we can figure it out then.
I'm
But
good with-
right now. 9's good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Sound good?
Okay. Yep.
Sounds great to me. I have commitments
Awesome.
every other Thursday, but 9 o'clock is late enough that we're good. So.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys.
Alright.
We'll
Okay,
see you
now-
later.
You guys.
Bye.
Hannah, you just go and post that, and everybody else gets it all figured out, right?
Perfect. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
See ya, Hannah. Bye, Rich. Bye,
Now,
Nate.
Hannah, you have
Bye, Adam. Bye, Stephanie.
Hannah, you have to get the link from Mariah for the video.
I think Mariah's just gonna post that, right? Mariah?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it goes in the discussion board.
Yeah.
I got you guys.
Oh, you got us. Thanks,
Okay.
girl.
I got you.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
See
All
you.
right,
Bye.
bye.